Good morning. Back to the metal shop, but only today we're not going to do any painting. And that's because I got something in the mail last night. Let me show you what it is. I just had got up. I'm still in my jammies. That's how excited I was. I didn't really have time to fool with this yesterday when I got it. But one of the big problems that I have in my small space welding shop here is ventilation. A couple of years of working in here in the winter time, it makes you realize that the things that you really should have that I didn't have, and it's not like you can go out and buy everything at once. It's not even like, I don't know how to explain it. There's really not anything that the average homeowner could basically afford, let's just say, unless they're a professional, I think, in the way of grinding stations, especially in a small space. So I started looking around the internet extensively to find something to where I could do some grinding on my projects in the shop when it's like 30 below zero here, without having to open up all the doors and everything like that, or take it outside in the freezing cold to do it. And there's not much out there. Everything's like an average grinder station is like a bench area that you would have to set your projects up on and do your grinding into a ventilation system or like a vacuum system. And you see those in welding schools and things like that, and big metal shops. And even then, there's still clouds of dust in the air, and you have to wear a respirator. And they're $2,000 plus to buy one of those. So I couldn't find anything on Amazon, on eBay, on YouTube, or there's nothing out there that exists. But what I did find was this. Now this is the Magnamatic dust collection system. It is specifically designed for use in grinding dust or sparky metal dust. And it's used mostly for, I think, like it's marketed as a lawnmower blade sharpener, vacuum system type of thing. I saw one guy on YouTube using it as a knife sharpening station. What he had was he had this stationary underneath a belt sander, and he would have this belt sander coming around, and he would sharpen his knives, or he would grind whatever thing he was using, or whatever weld he needed to grind down in a stationary position with this belt sander, and the sparks would come down. He had fabricated a pipe on top of it, and he had like a funnel on top of the pipe, and the sparks would go right down inside of this machine here, and it has a spark arrestor and a couple of filter systems that go through this thing and collect all of the debris. Well, I wouldn't say all, as a lot, most of the debris, let's just say. And so that sparked my interest. So I called the company and I talked to actually the owner of the company, made in the USA in Wisconsin. When I asked him, I told him of my needs. I said, I have my small space, and that I would like to do some grinding without having to open everything up when it's freezing cold out, and would this foot the bill? And he said yes and no. And he said yes in the regard that if I could fabricate some type of funnel system and put this on wheels to where I could roll it around to my projects, I could use a grinder and just grind the metal dust right into the vacuum system. If I could put like a dryer vent or something fireproof on here and make it at least 3 feet long with an angle in it, and just grind the sparks right down into this machine. He said that would get, 70 to 90% of the dust out of the air, which is all I could ask for. And he even said that, while I'm out here working in the shop, that he recommends just leaving this thing running because it'll purify the air. It'll clear the air. I'm not exactly sure. I'd have to look up the specs on it when it came, but it's like it filters out a lot of dust. I forget how many microns or anything like that. But this is, like I said, it's a Magnomatic. You can look at their website if you're interested in it. I should leave a link to it. If I can remember, I will. But it's not that big of a machine. But I've turned it on and it is powerful. So we're only talking 14 inches long here with the filter by 13. So it's pretty compact. It is pretty heavy though. And on the bottom here is a debris tray, let's just say. I'm sorry, it's early. Like I said, I just got excited and I want to build a cart for this. I want to get this up and running before the first snowfall at least. Or have it usable. It's not that loud. I plugged it in once. Listen to it. It is really powerful too, really powerful. So, I'm gonna go have a cup of coffee. I'm going to cipher a little bit, and then I'm gonna come back after I've woken up. And I am going to build a custom cart. I guess you could call it a cart for it, so I could wheel it around my shop area to the projects that I need to work on and use it. Now I'll grant you, in the winter time, it's going to take 70. If it works the way they say it will, it'll take 70-90% of the bulk of the dust from my grinder dust. It'll suck it right down in there. And I'll still have to open everything up and blow the rest of the dust out of the shop. But it's way better than what I had before, which is nothing. So I'm looking forward to having another tool here in my metal shop that can get me through the harsh Brainerd Lakes area winters here. And it gets cold. So I'm going to go do my morning routine with coffee and catch up on local news and this stuff like that. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to fabricate, using the materials that I have, a cart for this. And we'll just do that for today's video. And then we'll show you how it works on the next one. And break it down a little bit for you. But, you know, that's the plan anyway. We do everything spur of the moment here. But that's the plan anyway. I'll have to go into town. I have like an old dryer vent thing to start with that I can put on here. I'll have to go into town and look for a funnel system. If I can find anything, I don't know. I don't know any of how it's going to work out, but we both will when I get back and I've had my coffee, and we'll go from there. Okay, I've been back at the material container, and the only thing that I could find that was even remotely useful for this project here is more zoo wagon crappy steel. But we made it work, and we had just enough. Well, just enough that was usable. The rest of it was bent up pretty bad. But anyway, we made it work. That's all that counts, right? So we're making this up as we go along. I'm going to get into this, but this is going to be a roller platform for something awesome. Yay, it fits. Good. See how flimsy that is? We need to fix that. And we need to make it kind of adjustable, that it'll go up and down a little bit. So we have to add some support beams, sides, whatever you want to call it, to this platform that I just made. The most important thing, in my opinion, is it useful? Is what you set out to do going to work? That's the most important. Will it work? Whatever it is that you build. Second most important thing is it's got to look good. As best as you can make it, given the materials that you have. So, we're going to go with 36 inches.
The internet right now. Check your modem or router connection and try again.
Oh, shut up. That was the Google thing that spies on me all the time. I leave it plugged in because I want it to know what I'm up to. So we need 2 pieces 36 inches, and then we'll kind of go from there. Yeah, buddy. I found some flat stock in there, so it should work. So we measured it 36 inches. We're going to clamp it down. We're going to break out the Metabo for the first time this year. Cut them both at once. The Metabo from Germany, not the one from China. There's the difference. Okay, I cut this flat stock here, and I'm going to weld it together on end like that to make a kind of a tower. And then I'm going to weld it to the base that I just did with the Zoo Wagon steel. You'll see. First thing we got to do is get it tacked down. I was looking for my welding helmet there for a second. I found it. Okay. Do this one. A little magic, a little kindness. Get out of the way. Everything's in the way. Let me set that over there. Put this up here. Stuff out of the way. get it welded up. Welded up. See that? I need to weld that right down in there. Just like that. And then we'll get to the next step. Yeah, it's gonna look good. Boy, it smells like burnt brand new welding jacket in here. Look at that. Boy, does it smell. Look at that. Brand new. Not anymore. I have Candy sew that for me somehow. Crap. I thought it was my hair on fire first. I started smelling, hey, my hair's on. I was like, oh, my beard. But then, jacket. Those other two pieces of flat stock I just now cut. That is for casters. I gotta weld those to the bottom of this frame and put casters on it so I can roll that around wherever I need it. But that's the plan anyway. Hey, I wonder if that'll fit. Yeah, kinda. See, these casters I got will just fit on this. And they won't fit on the zoo wagon frame. So, make do with what we got. Heck yeah. there's my make it up as I go along little cart design. Out of scrap metal. Heck, that looks like Harbor Freight bought right there. Now what? I'll show you what. You guys are still wondering what this is for, aren't you? Of course you are. I would say we have a pretty good start there, boys. So we're going to go to Menards or Home Depot or somewhere and see if we can pick up like a funnel or something for the end of this. And in the next video, we'll see how it works out, or if it works out, and break down the filter system for this for you. See you later, guys. I think we're finishing this project right in the nick of time.